Using your phone has always been a no-no in movie theaters, right? But moviegoers could soon be encouraged to use them to interact with chatbots. The New York Times reports earlier this month, Meta teamed up with horror studio Blumhouse, which is owned by Universal Pictures, to introduce its new technology called Movie Mate. So this chatbot would give people access to exclusive movie trivia and real-time interactions synced with the film. According to data from consulting firm National Research Group, 20% of moviegoers ages 6 to 17 already send messages during films. Meta hopes that relaxing rules banning phone use in theaters will bring people back to the movies. For more, let's bring in the author of that report, Brooks Barnes. He's a reporter for the New York Times covering all things Hollywood. I mean, it kind of sounds like pop-up video, but in the palm of your hand for any VH1 fans. So how does this work, and why do they think it will get people back?
I said that pop-up video thing exactly, and an editor took it out because he said no one would know what that was. Behind all of this is just how to get movie going to be exciting to young people. It's still down 30% or so from before the pandemic, 2019, when the move to streaming really picked up. And so this was kind of a test more than anything to see if people want to use their phones already, and they're doing it already, even though it's against the rules, could we come up with something that refocuses that urge to check your phone toward what's actually going on the screen.
So you do report about a recent test run of this during a recent showing of the horror film Megan in LA. How did people respond?
It was interesting to me. They were at first they were a little puzzled, right? Even though this had been sort of like, there's a notice on the door that you could use your phone, so if anyone would be surprised. But then at the beginning, a representative from Meta, Instagram, actually said, "Okay, we want you to take out your phones and you can use this." And they explained it. People kind of looked at each other, didn't really know what was happening. At first, people that I talked to who seemed interested, and as it went on, though, people kind of lost interest, I have to say. And so maybe that reflects part of the experimentation learning of the app more than anything. Who knows?
What about people who don't want to sit next to someone typing away on their glowing device? I mean, if this doesn't sound up your alley, it sort of sounds like if this rolls out nationwide, you'd still just kind of be stuck with it.
A lot of people don't want to be sitting next to someone on their phone, right? And when I talked to the theater chains, Regal and AMC, they were saying that they were open to the test, but it really needed to be advertised that this was a screening where people could use their phones. In no circumstances were they willing or even open to discuss this rolling out, to all screenings. So the other interesting thing about that is that some people who were interested in using the bot during Megan ultimately stopped using it. They told me afterwards because they felt awkward sitting next to someone who was not using it and didn't want to be seen like as a jerk with that light flashing every little bit. People were also not only using the bot. People were, as I kind of walked around and looked over shoulders, one person was doing a little online shopping, one person was on Wikipedia. If you can use your phone, you can use your phone.
Paying customers to see a movie. All right, Brooks Barnes, pop-up video. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.